He said, I am Ye, and everybody knows that I'm the leader. Let's just visit what Dr. Ta-Nehisi Coates had to say about Kanye West. In the words of Dr. Ta-Nehisi Coates, West calls the struggle the right to be a free thinker. And he is indeed championing a kind of freedom, a white freedom, a freedom without consequence, freedom without criticism, freedom to be proud and ignorant, freedom to profit off of people in a moment and abandon them in the next. I'm sure we all couldn't agree with this black woman right here, Nola Wood. She says Kanye only claims blackness when it benefits him. I don't care what y'all say. This the same man who weaponized the Kardashians saying they're attacking a black man, thus turn around and does this. It's all he wants to pick and choose when it's beneficial to him to be a black man. Last week, he was just crying about the culture and what Gap and Adidas was doing to his brand. He just said this last week, too.
Accept this kind of idea of people saying like, hey, we want to talk about your mental health. And it's almost like if a white person said to a black person, hey, we want to talk about your blackness. And one of the things about the whole mental health conversation is even a crazy person can call you crazy.
That's what he said less than 2 weeks ago. And this week, he's creating media sensational outrage to sell t-shirts with Queen Candy. And y'all see this smile on her face right here? And just so we clear, like this tweet explains right here, Kanye West's anti-blackness is not a part of his bipolar disorder, and we ain't got to engage in no ableism to try to justify his shenanigans or to rationalize and understand them. I don't know if y'all remember what Van Lathan told Kanye West in 2018. He was talking about slavery being a choice. And Kanye West turned around in 2022 and asked us to boycott a company that he chose to sign to because they were doing him wrong as a black man. Everything that Kanye West says and does has a real material life impact on the culture and the people in that culture he said he loves so much. A black man with influence in our society for the good and for the bad, I guess, you know. But if you asked him, why is it so trivial to say white lives matter? My brother, the plug, is going to let y'all know.
We know white lives matter. We know white lives matter when we watch movies. We know white lives matter when we look at the criminal justice system. We know white lives matter when we look at power dynamics. We know white lives matter when it comes to love and relationships. Hey, look, what are we challenging when we say white lives matter? White lives matter is not a contrarian statement. White lives matter is not a statement that pushes back against any social norms. It is the social norm. The idea that white lives matter has been so prolific that even black people have adopted that understanding that white lives matter even more than blacks.
We just on a human level understand that other lives matter. It is not our behaviors that have paved the way historically for there to be a dehumanizing component or relationship with our other.
We know white lives matter. Politically, socially, economically, historically, contemporarily, we know that white lives matter. We know they matter in reality. We know they matter in terms of symbolism. We know they matter in terms of everything. I don't even wear Adidas, but I never boycott any company on Kanye's behalf. If slavery was a choice, so was signing the contract with them, my boy. These facetious free thinkers think that they free thinking is fun. But it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Because really, if we stand consistent, if slavery was a choice, Ye is choosing to be exploited and pimped out by these corporations, right? As a matter of fact, to sprinkle a little bit more context in there, I'd say that Kanye had more of a choice to sign those contracts than slaves did being enslaved on the plantation.